Well, is this phone worth your 199 bucks? We'll find out in this video, in my opinion of it so far. This is the Samsung Galaxy A21s. The names that we have to go through to get great quality phones. But nonetheless, I've been using this phone for about 3 days now. I want to give you a quick follow-up on it to tell you what you could possibly expect. So starting off here, the software. The software on this phone is what you would expect. It is One UI 2.1 running over Android 10. Now, even though this phone has a Exynos 850 inside, I don't think you're going to be able to tell the difference in performance, because in today's social media world, it's just Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, all the basic apps that in applications that people dive into when they're connecting with their family, Facebook, all these different things. And that is how this phone will perform for you. It'll perform just like any other high-end or higher price device that's supposed to have more power. And the reason that is because I feel like companies today, when they make a phone, developers have an opportunity to try to make that application shine outside the rest, or just be so good that you won't have a problem with it. So I don't think you're going to have a problem with the A21s as far as social media and software and performance, because if you've used a Samsung phone before, it's right here all over again. So hardware on this device, it's impressive, man. It's kind of along the same size as a Galaxy S20 Plus, and I think that's something that you're going to be happy about, because it has a big screen and everything. It's a little bit it's about the same thickness, but it's a lot less in weight in real world in hand feel. The S20 Plus obviously feels heavier because it's made of different materials. But other than that, this is like having a baby Galaxy S20 Plus, if you will. You just got the camera moved to the side there. And I think that's a good thing. You get kind of that full looking display, and I think you'll be happy about that. So speaking of displays, this is a 720p display, and I don't think you'll be able to tell the difference. If you're watching videos on YouTube or watching videos of your, think of it this way. Most TVs are 480p. Yeah, so this phone being 720p, and like the quality that you get on TV, a lot of it is 480p. And if you have a TV that's a smart TV or just TVs now, my TV will display the resolution on the top left. And I think that if you have a TV that's more current date, you're probably going to have a 1080p or a 4K. But either way, it'll display the resolution on the top. And a lot of people have 720p display TVs too. So this display is just like any other phone that you'll have. It'll show good enough content for you. It won't be bad quality, especially even if you are watching a video like this. I'm recording with a high-powered camera. With a high-powered lens, and so the quality probably looks great, especially for people who can watch it in 4K. But even if you're not watching in 4K, if you drop it down to 480, like right now, there's a test for you. Drop this video down to 480p, and it's still gonna look good. It's gonna look the same. So that's what you're looking at on this display, a really decent display that's gonna get you there. You won't have any problems with it. So battery life on this thing, I think it's fair to say that a 720p display with a 5,000 milliamp hour battery doesn't always mean that you're going to get stellar battery life. But with this phone having, it doesn't have an AMOLED display, so I'm not running a black wallpaper to try to help. However, I just think this battery is going to last me. And this isn't. I tried it. I'll get to network next, because I did try it on different networks. So even though this isn't like a main daily, a main in my hand 24/7, it's next to my 24/7. So the screen on times are gonna vary, but battery life is gonna vary. But if a person is using this daily, I can certainly say that you'll probably get a full week out of this phone, probably. Meaning about 5 full work days. If you work 5 days, if you work 7, possibly pushing it, because I'm going on day 3 and I'm at 73%. And now I'll switch over to network, because battery life is going to be good. Network, I had some questions about whether it would work on visible. I tried it on visible. It actually works flawlessly. I checked the LTE speeds. I checked text messages, picture mail. Everything worked. I just popped my SIM card in. So technically this phone could work on Verizon. Technically, because visible, when you go into the settings, it says Verizon Internet. So I'm not telling Verizon customers to get too excited, but it's probably going to work on your network. This phone worked great on visible, and I was originally testing it on AT&T, and some people had questions about T-Mobile, and if it works on visible, it's probably going to work on every network. I don't know about Sprint because I don't have a Sprint SIM card, but definitely, if you have visible, this is definitely an option for you. I mean, visible doesn't have very good phone. They don't have a good selection of phones. And I think that if you probably want something different, this might work for you on visible. Now, T-Mobile, AT&T, Cricket, Metro, every other GSM provider, just pop your SIM card in there and you should be good to go. Metro, I think you have to do a little bit of extra steps. It used to be when I had Metro, you had to call them and activate the IMEI on the account. I don't know if you still have to do that, but Metro people, So there you have it. It's going to work on all GSM providers. And yeah, so I got LTE on T-Mobile, AT&T, and Visible. Kind of surprised that Visible worked, though. I was going to reply and say it's GSM only, but it actually works, so it's kind of exciting. So with that being said, the phone is good. No complaints. Hardware is nice. Cameras. So I kind of did my full spill on the cameras in the initial walkthrough. And that hasn't changed. I mean, the photos that come from here on the rear are really solid. The video is really solid on the rear. The front camera is a little bit more soft than I would like for video, but it is in fact doable. It depends on what you like, and that's what all beauty modes and everything off. It's a solid set of cameras on here. I don't think there's really not much to complain about. You just need to determine whether or not you feel comfortable spending $199 on this, or are you going to get it in your mind that you're going to continue to compare it to other phones. And I have a ton of phones in that price range, but I really don't feel the need to compare them at this point, because I think somebody made a comment recently, or multiple times in the past 30 days or 36 months, that phones are getting so good that it's getting even harder to choose. You might have to just pick a brand or a look, or base it on cameras or whatever you want to base it on. But it in fact is getting very difficult to purchase phones, and I'm just pretty much recommending a slew of phones to you to give you an option. So look at it that way. Anyway, it's your man Jay, and I'm going to go have a cup of coffee. Thanks to my man Grant S. for providing coffee links, hitting that coffee link. There's a link in the description where you can buy me a coffee. You can join as a member. Just go through all those links. There's a discount for Samsung purchases down there. One more. There's just a bunch of discount codes and links in the description. Hit those links if you want to support the channel, and I appreciate it. Take care. It's your man Jay, and I'm out. You want to fade to black? You want to fade to black?